G'day guys, here's my day one highlights from the recent Gold Coast BREAM Qualifier sponsored by Eco Gear, and of course, like I do in a lot of tournaments, I started this event fishing crabs on a bridge.
Oh, rattle, rattle. Little. Don't bother netting him, I'll just... Nah. Who knows, it might be legal for the Gold Coast. 26 and a half. That's a small Gold Coast fish.
I'd spent my pre-fish day fishing Moreton Bay and I found no big fish at all. I decided just to have fun, fishing places that I know.
He swam all the way back to the boat through those pylons. Not that big, I don't think. Hey, we'll net him. It'll be number two, just. It's number two.
This bridge I'm fishing is at Bundle, about halfway up the river, and although there were a few fish on it, they weren't the pre-spawn one that we've been coming to expect. The water was nearly 25 degrees.
That's the one.
He ate it underneath the electric motor pedal.
He's going.
He's going to get us out there.
He's really going.
I'd say they got pretty light drag on, but... He can stay out there, he can do all he likes out there. In the fin. That'll do. He will go. He's a lot smaller than I thought he'd be.
And in like a lot of recent events, I fished two crab rods. One's a heavy one with 6 to 8 pound fluorocarbon, another a light one with 3 pound. And of course, I always throw the wrong one in the wrong places.
Did you?
It was around everything, and I threw the light rod in there like an idiot. This is the dilemma of my life. Do I throw the light rod or the heavy rod? It's like, guess what? Now you're throwing the heavy rod, and now I'll throw a heavy rod, not going to bite on it.
Would you get the bite on it?
This fish that I caught pitching to a pole ended up being my biggest fish of the whole tournament. It was only 30 centimetres to the fork, but on the Gold Coast, that's definitely a kicker fish.
Out of there, mate. That's a better one. Grab the net for that one. It's a much better one. Just shaking his head the whole way in. Thanks, mate. That's a better one. It's a 30, that one, I reckon. Jared's onto one too. Need the net? Yeah.
I was stuck in there as soon as you hooked up because I thought there was more in there.
There you go. I'm 4. He's a proper one. He's one that we're going to take the weigh in.
So I was pretty happy to pull 4 legal fish off basically my first stop, so I started to run a few more bridges before the tide started to get up.
That was on a shopping trolley in the middle. He was out in the middle there and he hit something. He was in the clear. I thought he was going to go in the pylon, but he obviously just hit something halfway across.
But, of course, when the tide started to get up, then I went to the technique that I love throwing. It's sight fishing with a white Eco Gear Aqua on a number 1 worm hook. And as the water rose, it started to work.
I don't think it's that big. They get hooked in the side of the mouth and they go sideways, these fish. That's right, I was poling, I think. Yep, he's all right though. Number 5. Took a while, number 5, didn't he? On the Aqua. Lie detector.
Check out this fish on a bent minnow.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think that's a bream. That's not a bream. That's a trevally, I think. That's a time waster right there.
Like all days on the water, you've got to listen to the fish and let them tell you what they want to eat. here were some sight fish on a
yes.
beach that were following a
That's a good one.
stingray.
Eat it, eat it, eat it. One of them's got it. Yep. Good fish. He was on the back of a stingray, that one. I don't think it was the biggest one that ate it, but it was one of them. Yeah, it'll be an upgrade. That was cool. There's about 4 or 5 of them that size, all in a pile. There we go. Thank you, sir. Nice. Here's a few extra centimetres, that one. On the aqua. He was on the beach too. That's the first good pot of fish sitting on the beach.
Now, there's a bit of a rule on my boat. If someone's got a fish with a pack following it, the other person's job is to try and catch it. And that works both ways.
His mate is though. Sorry about that. You cleaned out the little fella.
The way you do it is you throw your lure right on top of the fish, which has got the other guy's lure, and the other bream think it's something that's come out of that fish's mouth, and they grab it.
Yeah, he's legal.
I don't know if he's going to count for me, this one.
When it's your turn to win a tournament, everything goes right, but when it's not, little 1 in 1,000 things just go wrong occasionally.
It's good fish. Oh! That broke. That broke, yeah.
That was a good fish.
That was a real good fish, wasn't it? How did it break? It's only 4 pound leader, I suppose. Oh, you know what it's done? It's come out of the... It's a J-bend hook, and it's come off the end. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. Wow.
As the tide rose, though, in these back canals, the bigger fish seem to come up on the pontoons. It's pretty weird because the pontoons are at the same level the whole time, but high tide brings the big ones up. And there's nothing that feels better than a couple of last-minute upgrades. These last couple of upgrades I got came in, say, the last 10 minutes of fishing, and if we were able to not have to travel that hour back to the weigh-in, I reckon the bite would have got real hot.
That one. Yeah, I mean, your old bean. Let's get that hook in the side of their mouth, and they just worried about that one where the hook fell off. Thanks, mate. Go on the front and fish that marina over there. Oh,
and just for good measure, one final fish before we hit the scales.
Got it down there, just want to eat it properly. Yeah, his nose came out of the water then, didn't it? That's it. Nah. Look at that, he has got it way down to his butt.